right, man. Welcome back to Agree to Disagree. And if you're new, welcome to Agree to Disagree. My boy Jay Lloyd, Craig, BG, got Pops. All right, man. So obviously with this whole COVID thing going on, the NBA's done, I think, the best job that they could to kind of keep that outbreak from happening. But in my opinion, I don't really agree with this topic, and that's the All-Star game. They're still planning to have it in Atlanta, and I just don't really think it's something that needs to happen. Like playoffs needs to happen. You know, those play-in games need to happen. I don't necessarily think the All-Star game needs to happen, especially with the rising cases over the last 2 weeks in the NBA as a whole. So I want you guys to take a look at this clip from LeBron when they asked him about the All-Star game.
And zero excitement about an All-Star game this year. I don't even understand why we're having an All-Star game. But it's the agreement that the Players Association and the league came about. Short off season for myself and my teammates was 71 days. And then coming to the season, we were told that we were not having an All-Star game, so we had a nice little break. 5 days from the 5th through the 10th, an opportunity for me to kind of recalibrate for the second half of the season, my teammates as well, some of the guys in the league, and then they throw an All-Star game on us like this and just breaks that all the way up. So pretty much kind of a slap in the face. We're also still dealing with a pandemic. We're still dealing with everything that's been going on. And we're going to bring the whole league into one city that's open. Obviously, the pandemic has absolutely nothing to do with it at this point when it comes to that weekend. Obviously, you guys can see I'm not very happy about it, but it's out of my hands. And, I'll be there if I'm selected. But I'll be there physically, but not mentally.
All right. What you think on that, BG?
It was at first I actually wanted the All-Star game to happen because my thing is if these guys committed to play, right, it's they should go all out. But I get your point. I understand your point. I understand LeBron's point as well. It's not really necessary, right? I think you touched on that, John. It's not necessary, but it's something the fans look forward to. I was even thinking, it might not even happen, but it could be one of those with if players decide not to play, they just don't come and play, right? But obviously you're taking a lot into consideration of, the cases going up. Obviously, people getting hurt. That's the last thing we need. Obviously, you always run injury or risk of injury playing in general, but deep down, I want it to happen. If like I said, if they committed to play, obviously 72 games instead of a full 82, it's got to be we're going all in or not all in at all. But I understand where it's coming from. I know it's not a necessity. I know it's not, it's not needed. But if it really wasn't that much needed, I think the commissioner would have came out and said from the beginning, it's not going to happen, right? So I want it to happen. I think guys deserve it. Obviously, veterans like LeBron, might want to have that extra time off. But I think young cats who are trying to, make themselves improve and make a name for themselves actually want to be there. So I agree, but I also think if we, like I said, if we're going to go all in the season, I think we should have it. So.
Yeah, fair assessment. I agree with you to a certain extent, just on the fact that if playing in the All-Star game didn't hinder or possibly cause a problem of the season in general, games being postponed or wherever the case may be, I would be all for it. But like I said, with the cases rising up, any game that doesn't need to be played, I don't really think they should be played. I get what you're saying too, though.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pops.
It should not be played, but it's going to be played because there's so much money involved, and that's the bottom line. And we can just go back. You look at the Super Bowl. Yeah, 22,000 fans, but it's about that money. And the bottom line is the NBA last year lost so much money. And these guys, it's not like they're obligated. That's why they're saying, well, if we have it, I'm going to show up, because they know they have to. It's in their bylaws. It's in the clause. They have to show up, but they should have it. And a lot of reasons why the guys are upset about it, because you're having it in Atlanta, and Atlanta is kind of like wide open. If that was that they were going to have it, they felt like, well, you guys should have said this in the beginning, and they should have just put it in a bubble, just like they did everything else. Now you got it. Okay, we got to go to Atlanta. I don't get time off and all this and that. But the bottom line, it's about the money. That's why they're having this game, because the sponsors that put in for this game, they're not going. No, we got to have the game. So they shouldn't, but they're going to have it.
Money, and money for sure. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm kind of disappointed in the NBA on this one because they did such a good job. They were the first league last year to pull off the bubble and to really protect their players. And I agree with John when he's saying that it's not necessary. And if you're already having players sitting out of games that are necessary, this could have a trickle down effect down the road, and it could affect the playoffs. And also, what Pop says right as well. You got so many different players traveling to a certain location that just opens up for more risk for everybody. So especially with the cases, kind of snowballing like they are now, I expect the NBA to do the right thing. They might change their mind. It depends on what happens between now and then. But I'm really disappointed, and I think the players, their voices should be heard right now.
Yeah, and it makes me question too, man. So we all know the NBA protocol, or we are familiar with it. If someone's in contact with someone that's gotten COVID, they miss games. I don't know how many games, but they miss games. Kind of like what happened to KD. KD didn't have COVID. He tested negative 2 times, but he was around someone that had COVID. What if at the All-Star game, one of the staff members have COVID, and you got the best players in the league at that game? So do they follow the protocol of missing those games? Like, I don't know. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, all you guys are spot on. This is the one time I'm disappointed in Chris Paul. I understand that the money is going towards the HBCUs, and I'm for that. I am 100% for supporting, our Black institutions. I just feel like there was another way it could have been done. I don't feel like he was considered of the players' union when he kind of went forward with this one. Again, like raising money for the HBCUs is so important. I feel like the NBA could have done it a different way, but this is taxing, man. You got these guys teams are already. To me, the records are already affected so much by players sitting out games, teams having to reschedule games. And so to have it like Pop said in Atlanta is like the worst place I feel you could have an all-star game right now. But I understand it. They know they can't have it. It makes no sense to have it in an arena where there's no fans, because at the end of the day, then they're not feeling like they're generating any money. So I just think based on this year, it's just been a good year not to have it. Or if they really want to do it, they could have done like the Pro Bowl and done it maybe after the season.
At the end of the year?
Yeah, like maybe wait until the NBA season's over, see how many guys you can get to participate, and just do it after the season. I know that's not common, but this isn't a common year. But those guys, I think, need those breaks. And like you said, we just hope and pray that the test results don't get out of control, because they're not able to keep these guys in the bubbles that they've been trying to keep these guys in.
Go ahead, BG.
I hear what you guys are saying, but Jared just touched up on it too. So like, even if, like, say you do wait till the end of the year, right? Like, I feel like you're still going to have the same guys not wanting to play because they're just going to be taxed regardless, right? So that's just my thing. Like, I think like Pop said, they want to have it, so they're going to have it somehow. So I just think, I mean, you're running the risk, but it's also, and we've always given credit to the NBA about, how they're always the front runner. They're always, making sure everything's right. So I think they might be wanting to head in that direction too, of like, well, we know it can be dangerous, but if we do it a certain way, if we do it the right way and it works, people will see that it can work, wherever which way they want to run it. But I hear all your guys' points. I'm just one of, if they really didn't want to do it, they should have just said it from the beginning, that we just weren't going to have it.
Well, there's another reason why they don't want to do it. They're not going to say it, but they don't want to play that All-Star game without no fans. I mean, that's for them. That's entertainment. But now you have All-Star game. I mean, and then there's no fans there, and you want them to be all hyped. And man, they're not gonna be hyped to be there. The slam dunk contest struggles as it is with fans. Now you don't try to have it without fans. The 3-point. I mean, it's a lot of things like the entertainment value of it. It's just not going to be there. I mean, the game itself's already borderline trash because the way they play. And then now you're going to have all those dudes up there with an I don't care attitude and try to put someone that's going to be on TV. They should play this game. They really should not play this game. If that's the case, donation. I mean, man, that's enough to make enough money. Donate. I mean, hey, and you're gonna put you think Lou Williams went and got some lemon pepper wings? Okay, put them dudes in. My bad, Lou. My bad.
That's a great point though, because everybody is normally so hyped about NBA All-Star Weekend, and now with no fans, it's like it's really no buzz. So basically, you playing a game, and nobody's hyped about it. So if the fans are hyped about it, the players definitely aren't.
They allow fans in Atlanta, though. I mean, it's obviously not full capacity, but
that's what I was thinking.
They allow fans in.
That's what they did in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Atlanta they've been other fans. That's where LeBron got into it with the fans.
That's where it was at. Yeah,
that makes it a little more reckless.
Yeah, that's what LeBron was saying.
That makes it a little more reckless too. Goodness. But I mean, yeah, I hear all you guys' points. Let us know in the comments, man, what you guys think. Should the All-Star game happen? Is this the first? Nah, I ain't gonna say first. Is this an error on the NBA's part? You guys decide down in the comments, man. But thanks for watching. This is Agree to Disagree. I'm my boy Jay Lloyd, Greg Williams, DG, and Pops. And I'm John, man. Until next time, we out.